Hello, pupil. Welcome. My name is White Apollo, and today we will be talking about the water stance. The water stance, in definition, uses flowing attacks, arcs, and purely based off of using slashes, adaptability, flexibility, and using your whole body and total concentration in order for you to use this stance. It is extremely tough to do. You need to be in high skilling in order to use it to a most greatest degree. It will require you to abandon your sense of perfection and flow with it. Be in the now. Have the mindset that you need for this is adaptability, flow, and just go along with it. The pros is that it has high potential for offensive capabilities in terms of changing angles by doing continuous arcs and slashes and constant pressure. The cons, however, requires you to be heavily reactive on defense, and it requires you to get good footing, meaning that you will need to keep up with your opponent to deal with the constant pressure, or if you're really skilled, you can just simply dodge by them. But most of us are not that skilled, so most of us will most likely try to parry the attack. Water stance is extremely tough. It is an extremely high skill ceiling stance and is not beginner friendly. Not beginner friendly. Now, I've decided to refine this technique to make use of it. To have a better idea of it, I will be taking this camera into a different position. Hopefully get you guys the understanding of what this can do. Like I said, it is not beginner friendly. It is very tough to pull off. But those committed into pursuing the impossible, willing to adapt to sheer demand and adaptability and fearlessness, will possess the power of the water and flowing waterfalls and hurricanes to overwhelm their opponents with sheer ferocity. No doubt about it, this technique requires great aggression from its users and the removal fear of perfection in order to wield this technique. Stance, I mean. Now, you could still one-hand this, but I highly, illy discourage this, for it will lack in pursuit of ferocity, control, and adaptability in order to achieve this form. Now, full disclaimer, I do not claim myself to be an expert, a swordsman expert, or any other expert of that matter. This is intended to be a fun little project that I wanted to do. Now, back onto it. In the game Ghost of Tsushima, water stance would, well, primarily be one-handed. We have your standard heavy attacks, and your charged heavy attacks. This displays sheer force, power, ferocity, and willing to change its angles in order to attack in unexpected places with power and speed. But this form heavily it heavily requires one thing: adaptability. Lack this quality, and you will suffer, struggle, and will not conjure up its full potential in order to use this form. It is extremely high endeavor, but do not wither. Those that continue to practice this form will be able to witness its power, ferocity, and overwhelming seas. Remember, water flows. It always adapts. Now, pupils, the next stance after this I will be talking about is the wind stance. You have my deepest respects and honor.